Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Well, wouldn't you know it, Hamas is now claiming that they want peace talks. Now they must have a problem with all of their guys being turned in to pink dust. They seem to have some problem with that. First, they want peace talks. Then they say they don't want peace talks. Then they say they do. They may want peace talks or something like that. But Hezbollah is launching missiles at Israel as the world waits for Iran to do the same. 30 rockets came in from Lebanon into northern Israel on Monday. No casualties reported, according to the IDF. But this all led to more of the talk of the United States bolstering its military presence in the region. Iran has vowed revenge for the assassination of senior Hamas leaders and some other folks being picked off by the Israelis. So we wait. We wait.
Number 6.
Grade inflation is a thing. This is something that happens when kids do nothing and the school's like, maybe we just give them a 50 on every assignment. We don't want to give them zeros on this. Over the last couple of years, Huntsville City Schools, multiple teachers reported that the school system was like, just give them 50s, even if they don't show up. Just go ahead and give them 50s. And they were worried about how their grades were being hurt by, grading them correctly. Well, now the Huntsville Schools superintendent, Clarence Sutton, stated that the district is moving forward and trusts its teachers to accurately report grades. That's nice. He emphasized that teachers have the final say in grading, and the district has no current evidence of improper grade changes, but teachers reported being pressured by administration to alter grades during the pandemic, and it was happening long before that and after it. No question about it. Grade inflation is a thing. It happens all over the country. By the way, The Rock is starting up a new school in Huntsville. Not The Rock. The Rock is a church. It's a new private school.
Number 5.
All right, Alabama could be a cryptocurrency-focused state with a bipartisan pair of legislators participating in a forum that Coinbase will host in Alabama in partnership with Prevail Coffee and Stand with Crypto. I happen to own some crypto myself. I got some of that Dogecoin. What a stupid purchase that was, right? Anyway, there'll be a town hall, and they'll talk about what impact this is having on local business. Oh, let me help you out. None. They'll also talk about the future of crypto. Scam-like. This is my personal opinion here. With discussions expected to cover regulatory challenges and the role of blockchain technology in Alabama. Now, I admit that I am a person who is relatively lost on the crypto space. But State Representatives Mike Shaw and Philip Insler, Republican from Hoover, Democrat from Montgomery, they'll meet with Coinbase's senior manager of U.S. policy, Ashley Gunn. They'll have this conversation. How can Alabama benefit from this? That's what they're thinking about.
Number 4.
The absurd media coverage, the laughable headlines, and the embarrassing covers on magazines are only part of the media's ongoing Kamala Harris reclamation project, where deception, demonization, and demographics are the 3 Ds of Democrat campaigning in full force. But guess what? It's pushing her numbers up across the board. National numbers, swing states, including, are you ready for this? The economy. Kamala Harris is doing better in the economy in some polls. We are a nation that is going to elect a president based on vibes? That's what we're doing? We're going to let the media decide this for us? It is just completely nuts. Harris has gained 7 points from where Joe Biden was on July economic numbers and now leads on the economy. What's next? She's doing great on immigration? Is that really something we're going to do?
Number 3.
The Fox News power rankings for the Senate are out, and oh boy. Again, trends. You got to worry about trends, guys, and the trends, not great right now. The trends are trending in the direction of Kamala Harris, as I just told you. The trends are there. It's not to say she's going to win. It's definitely not to say I want her to win, but trends matter. Republicans have a favorable map, but Democrats, that was an accident, but it sounded right. Democrats leading in key battleground states. The presidential race is expected to influence, obviously, what happens in these Senate outcomes. The possibility of ticket splitting is not that great, but it could matter. Republicans need victories in Montana and Ohio. While Democrats have strong polling in battleground states like Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. The most competitive race is in Nevada, or Nevada, depending on how you say it, which is considered a toss-up.
Number 2.
Democrats going back to Chicago, and it's 1968 all over again. Racism, 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 racism. Alabama Democratic Party Chairman Randy Kelly has accused the Democratic National Convention, the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, of racism for rejecting his preferred convention delegates, because they don't have what is known as elections. The people who are defending democracy don't really seem to care too much about it. In a letter to DNC Chairman Jamie Harrison, Kelly claimed that former Senator Doug Jones, a Democrat from Mountain Brook who likes to say y'all during interviews, and you're supposed to think, oh, wow, this guy really is one of us. All right. He orchestrated a plot to prevent black delegates from being elected, to which Jones says, that's total BS. Only he said the word because he's an edgelord. Okay? Oh, he's super edgy.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
Former President Donald Trump made a notable return to X, formerly known as Twitter. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Ahead of a highly anticipated interview with Elon Musk. And that had people very worried about the state of our democracy. You see, if people talk that you don't want to talk, democracy is in danger. And it's really weird to see the American media, the defenders of free speech, the firefighters who rush into the fire, tell you that maybe somebody should do something about this Elon Musk and Donald Trump thing. It's scary. The EU said, we'll do something about it. They wanted to silence Twitter and suggested that they would take the entire platform down. Not because of some scams or something going on the platform, but because they're saying things they don't like. And we've seen what's happening in the UK right now. We literally threw a bunch of tea in the harbor and killed their soldiers because we didn't want to deal with this stuff. And now they're thinking of implementing more and more and more control. The enemies of the people, the enemies of the people, in the White House press corps, demanded the White House shut Musk and Trump down. What are you going to do about it? Shut them down. You got to shut this down to protect our democracy. Misinformation, by golly. Many cheered on illegal cyber attacks that affected a multiple-hour live stream that neither Vice President nor the ghost of Joe Biden could even dare to attempt. But we're told that the problem here is Elon Musk and Donald Trump having a conversation outside of the normal media channels because the questions were too softball. Now, the people who are complaining about this are the same people that have rebuilt Kamala Harris's campaign from the ground up without even talking to her. Okay? They have not even spoken to her. They have changed all her positions. They have branded her as a hip, cool mom now, I guess it is. She's got mom vibes and then they told you that Tim Walz is a cool Midwestern dad. But these guys are telling you that Donald Trump and Elon Musk having a conversation is a threat to democracy. It's working. I've told you all the poll numbers and stuff I share. It's working. This is a real problem. Let's take a quick time out here because I got to get it together here. This is kind of blowing me away that all of this has been somewhat effective. You can obviously weigh in here at 866-494-WVNN. That is the scoutpestcontrol.com WVNN hot take text line. You can get in on the QC Connects free speech phone lines as well. We'll get into our little impromptu poll that we've been talking about here about Emily and I, who can screw up the exits to the program quicker. Is it me or her? It's obviously her. She's the one who screwed it up. And so we'll talk about that here in a second. You can also weigh in via email.
You've got mail.
Dale at WVNN.com. That's the downtownrescuemission.org email inbox. Let's take a quick time out. We'll be right back.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.